Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode 133. This is reviewing just the 920th episode of the series, which is Magnificent, the most beautiful woman in Wano, Komurasaki. Yep, and this episode is pretty much focused on her. Now, the episode adapts the last 2 pages of 927 and almost the rest of 928, all but about 2 pages. Yeah, they skip up page 5 because I didn't see this one be adapted. Because they took 1 page out to about 3-minute scene, and they didn't adapt the final page of the chapter. But at least they did a pretty good job adaptation-wise. Mostly they made some additions. They made a couple changes from the manga. Now first, let's talk about what Luffy is up to. Picking up where he was last seen in last week's episode, he just basically shot a bunch of rocks, and then the sand guy makes his return. Yep, making his return for the first time since the Fishman Island arc. Yes. Yeah, that was the last time he was seen in the anime. And here, they kind of explain exactly like a bit of flashback of basically sort of the stuff he did during Fishman Island. But they kind of show what he was up to afterwards. In case you're wondering where does this flashback thing come from, this comes from a series of cover stories that pretty much explains what the heck he was up to for like about 50 chapters. Yeah. Yeah, whole cover story thing for him, anyways. Kabaru, that's the guy's name. Yeah, this is pretty much what he was up to from chapter 694 to 671. Yeah, it's the cover stories basically. They loosely adapted for this one. Yep, and they talk for a bit, and that's the last scene of Luffy in the whole episode. Now, there's a scene, there's a moment that comes right after this where Captain Kidd comes up to talk to him. But they cut that out from the anime for some reason. They're probably going to maybe put it in next week's episode. Who knows? But, as in the case of the rest. Now, first they have it where Tako, the girl who made her debut in the last episode, just walk up to Komurasaki, a.k.a. Momo's sister. Yeah, her being revealed, Momo's sister is not revealed a little bit later. But yeah, she's Momo's sister. And smoking hot. Like, Momo, you have a beautiful sister. So... And of course, she's walking on these long high heels. Like, I don't think any lady basically would bother to wear these damn things. These look like 5 or 6 inches. This looks like 40 inches to make her gigantic. Why? Because she's a top course in the country, so she has rather wear those. Yep. And she refers to Otaka first as Big Sis. Which, from what I can tell from her facial expression, she has no problem with her calling that because she sees her as Big Sister, which is perfectly fine. And then we get sort of a cut. We see Frank Usopp and Sanji. Of course, we have this procession of her going to the Shogun's castle. Oh yeah, we got a brief follow-up what happened last week with having that gangster guy with a big afro. He's like, okay, some Soba Cook basically beat up you guys. He's like, yeah. They don't mention Frankie. Like, okay, I don't have time for this. I gotta head to the Shogun's pivot. Like, okay, but we gotta get this now settled. Like, okay, I can't handle this myself, but okay, I want you to do something for me. I want you to contact Queen and send us assassins. It's like, really? He says, yeah, do it. Like, yes, sir. Even though I'm paraphrasing exactly what he said, but yeah, it's like, okay, he's too busy to handle this himself, so he has to contact Queen. One of the 3 disasters to deal with this. Which, okay, fine. Now, Queen himself, I think, as far as I can tell, I think he's made 1 appearance in the anime so far. But I think his appearance is just a brief little scene here. Yep. And as what happened in the procession, we have it where these 3 old guys, who are broke, by the way. Yeah, it's revealed a little bit of backstory of one of them. Of this history with this courtesan, where he basically, it is shown that he pretty much gave everything for this woman, and she's like, I don't freaking care about you. This guy has more money than you do. Yeah, apparently she did this not once, not twice, but 3 times. The 3 old guys who basically just sit them for the money. Why she decided to do this? No idea. So he got beaten up, thrown out, and then they're about to go kill her. Then they're stopped by... Now, this actually is anime original, which I do appreciate them adding this because They're the stars of the series. Have them do something. Even though they're having fighting, you have Sanji. Sanji doesn't do anything except basically drool all over Komurasaki, and you have Frankie Usopp attempt to stop them, which is fine. And then we have Komurasaki's one of her bodyguards come in, beat up the guys, doesn't kill them, but beats them up. And then I think this is supposed to be the Shogun's police force. Finds these guys are broke. Like, okay, you can't make any money in the capital? Fine, we're banishing you from the capital. Like, no, it's unhumane to live out there. Yeah, that's because it's Kaido's fault. He's the reason for that. Yeah. So, and then she proceeds to keep, of course, they keep yelling at her. She ignores them. And, well, that's pretty much the episode itself. Oh, yeah, and also they changed the line of dialogue from the manga, where she says, I scorn at poor people. In the anime, they changed it, though this is a subline, changed it to, I hate poor people. Yeah, I'm not really sure why she did that for, but she did. It's probably a front anyways. Yeah. Basically, she lied to them just to get their money. The reason for this? Oh, yeah, and one time she was like saying, oh, yeah, this guy claiming her relationship. Like, nope, I spent all your money. Bye. I don't want to see you anymore. Yeah. So it shows that the Komurasaki basically has a good and bad side to her. Now, it could be that she's being used by the leader of the Yakuza. It's possible, yes. Not much to feel about that, but it's strange, though. Like, okay, we finished up chapter 927, which that was fine to begin this episode with, but for 928, you already started adapting this chapter last week, and yet this episode you don't finish it. I mean, you adapt pretty much all but 2 pages from the chapter. It's a 17-page chapter. I mean, yeah, if you skip over the cover story, it's roughly 16 pages, and as this episode, they adapt all but 2. Page 5 and page 17. 17 I kind of get, but why skip over page 5 for? I have no idea why. Maybe they're going to adapt to next week's episode. Who knows? Yeah, and definitely it's going to be one next week. Yeah, oh, in case you're wondering, there's no chapter this week. Yeah, taking a week off. And it's something, though, we do this right after the release of chapter 970. Yep. Oh, in case you're wondering, how long has this arc officially been going on for in the manga? Let's see, I think it's been going on for at least 63 chapters. Yeah, a little over a year we're going for this particular arc. This arc only started just I think it was just a little over a year ago. I think it started late 2018, and it's still going. Yeah, this arc is going on for a little over a year now, and, well, still going strong. Still a pretty good arc so far. Though we're stuck in flashback, maybe because Oda doesn't want to progress the present stuff. Because I'm thinking though that with the next chapter comes out, which probably coming next week, that with that chapter, that will officially wrap up the flashback portion, and maybe we'll get to. Maybe to return of Jinbei, and possibly some other stuff. But who knows? It all depends on exactly what Oda wants to do. I hope he does something soon. Because I would figure, though, the way the last chapter went, you read it like, yeah, we're going to probably wrap this up probably by next chapter. Who knows, okay? So yeah, that's it for this particular review. Now, I was going to do D. Gray Man next, but I figured, though, I read My Hero Academia, I'm going to do D. Gray Man later. I'm going to next do My Hero Academia, and then I'm going to do a comic corner. Yes, a comic corner, okay? But this next view. Bye.